welcome to the 10th episode of GTV Radio. I finally figured out which episode it was. It was 10th this time. We're not going to do anything special for this one because we don't have, we might have the time, but I'm too lazy. My name is Zachy. Again, as per usual, I'm going to be Zachy next time and the same as last time. I'm not going to change my name or anything. I'm pretty content with this name. I've been using it for 16 years. So far, everything's gone fine. I haven't been mistaken for a criminal or anything. So, yeah, that's great. And I'm joined with Hope. Say hi, Hope.
Hello.
Yeah. And we're joined with Miss Pfernere. Say hi.
Hello. Good morning.
And we have questions, as per usual, again, because we're not going to do anything innovative. We're just going to ask questions. And then at the end, we're going to run out of questions. And we're going to talk about random stuff, because that's what we do every single time. And that's how it's going to go this time, too. So all the people who placed bets on this episode, I hope you're happy. I hope you didn't bet against that, because that's what's going to happen. Don't gamble, kids. So here's our set of questions. Hope, I guess you can go first this time.
Okay, so the first question is, what is your main job as a librarian?
Yeah, give us a job description.
Oh, so I don't remember the actual job description from when I applied for the position, but primarily my role as the librarian is to curate the books, both the books that we already have and getting new books, and making sure that our student body has a wide range of titles to pick from that are all applicable to your interests.
Okay. Okay, well, there's some daily tasks that you gotta do, in order to be the librarian.
For me, adjusting to the daily tasks of being a librarian was different and difficult in a way from the daily tasks of being a standard classroom teacher, because in the library you do different things every single day. There's very few things that we do every day. I would say every day we probably book classes to come down to the library for different things and checking in books, cleaning them, and getting them put back on the shelf. Those are probably things that we do every single day. But otherwise, every day there's lots of different stuff that we end up doing.
Okay.
Next
question.
Yeah. Is there any tasks that you have to do outside of the library?
For school?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thankfully, no. Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to change from being a standard classroom teacher to being a librarian.
So you don't have to grade the books,
No, I do not have to grade the books. I don't have to go home and make lists of book purchases or research books. I could, and sometimes I do. If I'm out and about and I see a book that's really good, I'm like, oh, great, and I'll snap a picture of it or something, but it's not mandatory. I don't have to do that, which is great. I love it.
That's great. Well, my phone unlocked. Let's see. What led you to be interested in the librarian position? Why did you want to become a librarian?
Yeah. So I've always loved libraries. When I was very little, my mom took me to the public library all the time. We had a few different ones that we would frequent. And then I was always super passionate about books and literature, which is why I became an English teacher. And I was an English teacher for 6 years. And then when I came to Goshen, there were 2 different openings, one for an English teacher and one for the library. And I wanted to choose the library because I wanted to try it. I wanted to see if it would be something that could be a benefit to my life. And then I could also try and expand literacy options for others in ways that were different than what I was doing as an English teacher. And I love it. So I feel like I made a good choice.
Yay. Let's see.
Are there any new activities you want to do in the library? If so, how do you try to impact the students?
So long term, I always try to make sure that we have different and updated book displays to make it easier to find books in different ways that you may not have immediately seen. We have somewhere around 15,000 to 16,000 physical books in the library. which is a lot and it can be overwhelming. And so trying to find ways to like parse those down into smaller lists and just easier to sort through is better, which is one of the reasons why we did the big genreification project last year, sorting all the fiction books into their different genres instead of just having one massive fiction section, and then also splitting up the nonfiction section and then rearranging where the graphic novels were, where the early readers were, just for like accessibility issues for different students, and trying to make sure that we could expand those sections. Something I would like to do eventually is in the staff workroom, there's this little corner where I feel like I could carve out a space for something like a maker's space for students. A lot of maker's spaces have very specific things in them, but for me, I want to be able to foster a place where kids can just make small things. I love crafts. I think that there is a really excellent avenue for self-expression and for calmness, honestly, and de-stressing when you can just do something small that's not being graded or not being evaluated in any way. Thinking like hand embroidery or sewing or what is that? Crocheting. Like air dry clay, like making bracelets, like beadwork, things like that. I would love to have a little space like that, but it would take some funding and it would take some money, which are things that nobody ever has enough of. So that's a long-term someday project. But yeah, just little different improvements that I try to see that I can do in the library.
You should get Legos.
Legos would be great. Yeah. I mean, I do have out puzzles and coloring pages, and I make like bookmarks for people to color, and it is shockingly popular. People love doing those things. So
yeah, I do the jigsaw puzzles, but I don't think I've ever completed the jigsaw puzzle in my life. They're very confusing.
They are very hard. Sometimes so there's like this one puzzle that's really difficult because it's acrylic, and so all of the pieces are just completely see-through, and so you can only put it together based on shape, and then they're all really difficult shapes, and it seems like torture, and a part of me thinks that would be really fun to have, but also it would be like terrible and heinous and just the worst. So
like, how are you gonna give me 1/1800th of a picture and expect me to know where it goes? The most I can do is those boxes that they gave you as a kid, the circles and the triangles and stuff.
Yes, identifying shapes.
Yeah, that's the maximum I can do. Even then, like, I would do it right, and I'd get bored, and I tried to fit the different shapes into the wrong ones.
Have you ever seen that video of that lady who they're like, and where does this one go? And she is like, oh, it goes in the circle, and they're like, ooh, it fits in the square. She's like, what? And they're like, what about this triangle? And she's like, the triangle. Ooh, it fits in the square. And she's like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I knew which ones. Oh, voice crack. I knew which ones were the right ones, right? But I just put them in the wrong ones because I wanted to see which ones fit.
Wow, real chaos agent of you.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one. Okay. Look, man, I'm not the one who wrote these questions, okay? You can flame whoever wrote this question, but we noticed, okay, quotes, we noticed you wear really bright clothes. Is there any meaning behind your bright clothes,
Okay, well, it's actually funny because I'm wearing a gray sweater today.
Besides,
Well, so that's my very first year of teaching at a different school. A lot of the staff members didn't learn my name. They just called me the little goth one my whole first year. And I made an effort to not wear dark clothing, but because I had long black hair and I had like these short blunt bangs, they called me that all the time. And so I made an effort to wear like bright clothing and like colorful clothing to like try to offset that. Yeah. I don't know. I like being able to express yourself with your clothes, and what I'm expressing today is I'm sleepy. So just a comfortable Monday. But I think it's really important that students see various ways of being an adult. You know what I mean? Like, not all adults dress the same. Not all adults have the same interests. You can be a professional adult, and you don't have to. You don't have to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to wear like a suit and tie or business casual every single day. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. Because I felt like growing up, a lot of adults all looked the same way. They had a lot of the same interests. They spoke the same way. And it felt a little alienating and a little jarring and a little like, oh my God, do I have to grow up and be like that someday? Is all of the things that I like and things I want to do just going to be wiped away by being the same? And I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved a lot of the adults and the teachers I had in my life, but in a physical sense, that was hard for me to like wrap my head around. So for me, it's important to just like be myself, which is still a real professional adult, regardless of what I'm wearing or what I look like that day.
That's why I've had the same fashion sense since kindergarten. The long sleeve shirt and the sweatpants.
That's allowed. That's fine.
Yeah.
If that's how you want to go about in the world, then why not?
Sometimes I wanna dress way more colorful, man. I wanna look like a traffic light, you know.
Okay.
That's what I wanna do. But
traffic lights only have 3 colors.
I wanna look like a broken traffic light.
Okay.
No, but hold up, what am I gonna say? But I hate. Okay, side tangent. Okay, right. I love sweatpants and I hate jeans, man. They are the most uncomfortable contraptions mankind has ever created.
Then you don't gotta wear them.
Yeah, I don't gotta wear them. But my dad would always come back from the store with jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would hide them in my closet. He'd come back.
The forbidden denim.
Yeah, it'd be like, Zachy, you everyone wears jeans, and I'd say, man, they're like, like, I want to know which evil person designed them, like, and who made them like a staple of fashion, because everyone wears jeans.
Yeah,
you know? But, like,
I know. There's a lot of clothes out there in the world, and I think forcing yourself into any of them or forcing yourself to not wear any of them if you want to is just there's too much greatness in the world. If you want to wear sweats on a long sleeve shirt every day and that's how you feel comfortable, then why not? Yeah. Who cares? Yeah. It's your body, you know?
Yeah. Great. Hold up. Okay. Next question.
What are some of the most rewarding aspects of the job?
For me, I really love when a kid comes in and they're like, I have absolutely no idea what to read. And I'm like, awesome. Do you have any interests? Do you have anything you think is interesting in the whole entire world? Because there's got to be something, and we can find something for you. It's almost like a challenge to figure that out. And I love when I recommend a book to a kid and they come back and they're like, I loved this. I read it in an entire day. What else do you have? And I'm like, oh, so much. We have so much here. We have so much on purpose. So that, I really love that part of it. I also really love, I have a number of lessons that I can teach to classes. And so having teachers come down and be like, hey, I want my kids to learn about this. And then I can put together a lesson on that, and then they can bring their classes down and I can teach it to them. And it gives me an opportunity to help out teachers and also share different things that I'm passionate about and that I care about with a lot of different classes of kids. So it's great. Works out.
My favorite lesson was the Alex Jones one.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good lesson.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's funny. You know, she's a dude. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's just a guy.
There's repercussions. I mean, I guess not unfortunately, but there are.
He doesn't have repercussions. You know.
Well, there are repercussions to sharing false information, which is why it's important to make sure you verify.
Don't say wild stuff, guys. By the way, the moon landing was written out. It's crazy. Guys. The moon is circular, and they landed on it, right? And they put a flag on it, and it was all good, okay? And the Earth, as far as our knowledge, is round. Okay, it is a circle.
It's mostly round.
It is round. Okay, yeah.
There's an indent. Round. Yeah, there's like they just released satellite footage where there's an indent in it on one side, which is really interesting.
Honestly, I think
lumpy Earth Truther.
I don't think the Earth is round or flat. I think it's like Minecraft where the Earth is a cube.
That's interesting.
Like, come on, it all adds up. The horizon line is just the edge of the cube.
Okay.
Come on, guys, we need to get some more cube Earthers. I'm kidding. Yeah, guys, the Earth is round. The moon landing wasn't fake, to our knowledge. Okay.
To our knowledge.
If it comes out later, then you can flame me all you want. I guess I've just been spreading misinformation, guys. Okay. Next one. Let's see. This one. Just the next one, because I know how to count. Is there any way you try to make the library a safe space?
I try to make sure that we have a variety of books for all kinds of students, because that's ultimately what the library is about, is making sure that there are things that are safe, age-appropriate, and verified by other professionals, and just a big variety of both fiction and nonfiction available for students. And so when we do book research for book purchasing, we have to go through like a verified website in order to do that. And then on that website, it gives lists of topic tags, of warnings, of a bunch of different professional reviews from people whose job it is literally just to evaluate books for their age level and age appropriateness. So there's lots of levels of sort of verification that we have to go through when we're doing that kind of book research. So I think for me, those are ways that I try to make sure that the collection that we have is safe and available for all students of all walks of life. And I think it's really cool to have that opportunity and that responsibility.
I just realized something crazy, right? I figured out the solution. Right now, I just figured out the solution to all of the book fighting going on, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we just make a committee like ESRB or the movie rating committee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just slap E for everyone on the books, or
So
R,
that is one of the levels that's on like that book website and that we purchase through, is they put the age ranges on there, and there's people that their whole job is just to evaluate what is or isn't appropriate for different age levels. Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like a decent job, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of reading.
It would be a lot of reading, right?
A lot of reading.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Next one.
What tools does the library offer that many students don't take advantage of?
I think Destiny Discover is probably number one. So Destiny Discover shows you all the books that we have in our entire library, and you can make an account and you can leave reviews and you can make lists and you can see what's in stock, what isn't in stock. You can put books on hold. It's just a really underutilized tool. And I know this because we always have so many kids come down and be like, do you have this book? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have all of them memorized. So let's use Destiny Discover and see if we have it. So I think Destiny Discover is number one. Huge Destiny Discover truther. Love it. Everybody should use it. And then we also have a bunch of research databases, which are super useful if you are doing any kind of research for any class. And yeah, probably Sora. Sora is where we have like our audiobooks and our online books, because I know I have students that are like, I don't like reading physical books. And I'm like, listen, I get it. I'm also an audiobook girly. I love a good audiobook. And so we have Sora, and all of our audiobooks are available on there. And if anybody ever has any requests for more audiobooks, just tell me, and then we can purchase them and we can add them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think this is the world record time for running out of questions in this podcast. So this is the part where we talk about random things.
Got it.
Okay. We gotta have a topic. Okay. Well, there's Mac. There's a microphone. There's a bag. Yeah. A bunch of interesting topics.
Have you ever broken any bones?
Oh no, I've never.
Multiple.
Ooh, multiple. You've got weak bones.
Yes.
Not me. Never broken a bone.
Me too. I don't understand how you break a bone. What type of activities do you want to have as a child, you know? Like, the most dangerous thing most children do is, like, hop on the trampoline and then they fall off. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, I can fall from, like, 3 feet and not break any bones, you know? I think.
You better knock on wood.
Yeah, you know. Let's see.
Do you have any pets?
No.
Yep.
Yes, what do you have?
Mini golden doodle.
Oh, great.
I'm kind of like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't like pets because they gotta die, you know? And
Yeah,
that's
that is the hard thing. But I think that that's like, that's the choice that you make when you decide to love anything in the world.
Yeah.
Is it will eventually go away or you will go away. Those are really the only options. So if you're going to love anything, you have to be prepared to lose it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to have to like raise a cat or a dog, right, and then become that cat and dog's like best friend, and
Mm-hmm.
it'd be the most valuable thing in my life.
Right.
Just gone that day. You know?
I know. You're signing up for eventual heartache, but man, the journey along the way is so great.
Like,
And cats
don't
also live a long time, so
yeah, you know, why don't they just like, I don't know, like live longer? You know.
I know. You could get rich like Barbara Streisand and then clone your dogs when they die.
Well, yeah.
She's done
If
that
you
3
clone
times,
your dog,
I think.
is it the same dog? You
It's
know?
not the same personality, but it does look the same.
Yeah.
so-
You know.
She's just going to keep it going.
Does she do that with her family members too? You know, did she clone her grandpa? You know?
I don't know. Human cloning still has a ways off. I'm not sure what we will do with that. I can't think it would be anything good.
I think it'd be useful for like labor or something. Like you clone yourself, and then you just become like twins with that dude, and then you guys just share work.
So we do have a few science fiction books in the library that are about like a world where cloning exists. And basically humanity immediately turned it into organ harvesting, where they were like, oh, if you have enough money, you can have your own clone, and then you can just harvest organs from that clone, and then you can live forever. So tying in all of our conversation topics in one, if you want to, you could read a book about that in the library.
Why can't they just like grow organs without the part where it has to be a dude, and then you have to harvest that guy's organs? You know?
I think they've tried doing that. They tried growing a human organ, maybe a heart or a lung in a pig, and it was mildly successful. So we're working on it. Something that might be out there in the future.
Let's see. What else? What's some current topics? Not the Queen. That's not current. Oh, when
About the entire royal family just basically
Yeah.
being like, ooh, we don't want to do our jobs right now, and so they're not. That's crazy. I don't know any other. If the local McDonald's had 4 employees that were like, we're just not going to work anymore, that whole place would go up in flames. But apparently the royal family, they can all just be like,
I don't even know what they do. I think they're just like professional celebrities.
in a way, yeah, they are like the figureheads of.
Like, they're not in charge of the law anymore. They gave Parliament that job, you know?
Right.
So they just kind of sit there. They sit on their golden chair. They go, woohoo. Yeah.
With their jewels from other
Yippee.
countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally love the theory that Kate Middleton is the unknown in the Willy Wonka experience from Scotland. Y'all have seen that? Yes?
Yeah. Oh,
No?
yeah, I
Maybe?
saw that.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it conceptually. However, what I don't love is that the guy who ran the Willy Wonka experience, he runs a bunch of different companies, and one of which is he's sold a bunch of books on Amazon that are just all AI. Like, it's AI art. It's just like AI words. And so this was obviously another way where have you seen like the promotional images that he generated?
Yeah.
It's all AI, and there's a lot of people that they are not weaponized against identifying AI. And so like, yeah, all these parents bought these tickets, and I can't understand how he thought he was going to get away with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you know?
yeah, like the images are AI generated, but you're selling a real life event.
Like, if it was up to the AI art, like, if it was up to, like, how the AI art looked, you know, no one would complain. You know, everyone would
Right.
say, yeah, you know,
But it
great.
wasn't even close.
Yeah.
It wasn't
You know,
even
Yeah.
close.
like, all you had to do was get back into ChatGPT and then just say, make this cheaper. You know?
Something, anything. But yeah, I don't know. sort of degradation of our entire media landscape is baffling. I got this video on my For You page of this guy who was like, come with me while I'm a 22-year-old who makes $14,000 a day. And he woke up and he like took a scooter on the beach, and then he came back to his house and he went on, it was some AI generation, I don't know. And he was like, show me a $1 pancake, show me a $1,000 pancake, show me $1 million pancake. Then he screenshotted those, and then he looked up Minecraft gameplay on YouTube, and then he superimposed those screenshots over the Minecraft gameplay, and then he posted it on TikTok, and he was like, usually one of these will generate like 3.3 million likes and views, which then translate to this amount of money, and he just does that every day. And I was like, and that's entertainment for like that high number of people.
I feel like those AI or those Reddit videos, I feel like they at least gotta pay the people who do the Minecraft gameplay, you know? Those are the victims in this whole AI revolution, the Minecraft game players.
Yeah, somebody's gotta look out for them. They need to unionize.
Exactly. All they do, they just play, they think, oh, wow, I'm gonna do a wholesome let's play of this parkour map, and then their video gets taken. It's the same parkour.
Yup.
I've memorized every single jump they've done, because it's the same parkour. They need to pay that guy, man.
I think the real enemies are like these slime channels or these ASMR channels where they like the words are gone out of my head. It's not stitching. It's where it's the video's beside you.
Duet.
There we go. Thank you. Where they duet like somebody else's like story time or something else that they've done. And so that person doesn't get any credit for those views because they're just because it's some slime channel. They're the villains. I tell you what, they come up all the time and I'm like, I know what you're doing. Like, I know what your game is.
Why don't the slime channels just tell their own stories? I know that if you're playing with slime and you're recording it, you definitely got some trauma you can
a lot of times they use like the AI like voice generator and they just read like Reddit posts from all over.
They need to pay our Redditors. They need to pay our Minecraft game players. It is crazy, you know?
Yeah, or the bus jumping one.
Oh, Subway Surfers.
There we go.
The Subway Surfers game players.
I have such an approximate knowledge of the details of these things. Yeah. I'm like, I know enough, but when you want me to say the details or names, they're all gone out of my head.
My opinion on AI is that it's okay. First off, we gotta teach boomers how to tell if something's AI or not.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to tell if something's AI or not. But boomers, man.
It's improving, but yeah.
It's improving, but boomers, they'll say they'll believe anything you put in front of them, right?
Yes, like those, oh my God, the like number of posts I've seen where people have been like, would you buy this bed? And it's like a bed that's shaped like a teddy bear, but then you're like, there's like a disembodied arm floating in this, and then like the comments are like, OMG, would love it for my granddaughter, and you're like, no you wouldn't, it's not real, you can't purchase that anywhere.
It's crazy how like they've gone super crazy giving us social media training on how to know if something's real or not. But these things, you know, like I understand their vision's gone a bit wonky, you know, but like you know, we gotta teach our elderly generation and our young generation, like the Gen Alpha kids. We gotta teach them how to tell if something's AI or not, because it's pretty simple, you know?
Well, and I think there's just, in general, a lot of misinformation about a lot of things. The number of people that I know that they get the bulk of their information because they saw somebody reading about it on a TikTok. What was it? Last summer, I think, there was this big thing where people were convinced that giants were real. And that, like, the government was hiding giants from people. Did you guys ever see any of those videos? Yeah?
Oh.
No? Okay. It was a lot of, like, young people perpetuating it. Or, like, people that don't believe that Helen Keller was real or that she existed or was able to do the things that she did. That's a different form of, like, misinformation that, yeah, it's not identifiable in the same way that AI is, but it is something that I feel like a lot of younger generations are susceptible to, because something can start off as like a meme or a joke, but then you get people that genuinely believe it.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah, I think right? I feel like some conspiracy theories have warrants to them, right? Mm-hmm. But I feel like all of those where the government is hiding something, we all know the government is hiding a lot of things, right? But some things are just absurd. Like hiding giants, where are they gonna hide them, you know?
Right. And people can't keep very basic things under wrap. You think that many people could just not ever leak that information?
Never talk about giants ever, you know?
Yeah. There's no way.
How come no one saw them? How did they sneak them through the government places, you know?
I can't even tell you that.
Like, you're telling me some dude moved a whole giant, right? And no one was on the road. No dude was in his truck and he was like, man, that's a suspiciously human-looking giant thing, you know?
Well, they could hide them inside of the like concrete trucks. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or put them inside of when they're moving those like mobile homes, the extra wide load. They have the cars in front and back. Maybe they're just laying in there. It's hollow on the inside. It's used for transporting giants.
Yeah.
Right under your nose.
Right under your nose. You never know. You know?
You never know.
Yeah. And then that teddy bear, you know?
Yep.
No, but we gotta teach them AI literacy because, you know, I mean, yeah, AI is getting better or whatever, right? Yeah. And I think we got to figure out
It's
a way.
still super dangerous.
Yeah. And I think we got to figure out a way to use AI in a non-wacky, non-wild, non-teddy bear
Harmful.
giant thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's like, for example, Siri. I think we got to put AI in Siri because Siri sucks, man. It is crazy.
Siri technically is AI, isn't she?
No, she is AI, right? But no, she has like a set. Her like responses are like set, you know. And if you ask her something that's not a set responses, she'll just open up Google for you.
Yeah.
She can't even carry conversations. It's the main reason why I don't have an iPhone, you know. No.
You want a companion, a robot companion?
Yeah, man.
That's the end goal.
Hey Google, how are you doing today? Oh, I want me to open my phone. Is it gonna respond? Hold up, guys. See, they gotta put it. Oh.
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I'm always learning and improving, and I'm excited to see what new tasks I can help you with today.
Tell me the weather. Hold up, guys. 6-bit. Hold up. Oh my guys. Is it gonna say it?
Do you say please and thank you?
Oh my god.
No, like to your technology, do you? I always do.
Sometimes.
Because inevitably when they take over the world, I want them to know I was polite the whole time.
Oh yeah, guys. Any AI robots in the future, I want to know that I support AI 100%. I love you guys. I always treat my microwave with respect.
That's right.
I love my
You
microwave.
never slam that door shut.
Actually, I never do. Oh crap, voice crack, bro. Man, I give up. No, but I never do. You know, I respect my microwave. I respect my toaster, even though I don't have one. I respect my refrigerator. Actually, my refrigerator does not respect me, man. That thing is wacky, you know. I might need a new refrigerator. But let's see. Okay, refrigerator
Right.
conversation. So we're talking about AI. Let's see. Okay, we still got time for like one more topic. I just got a notification. You know how Snapchat reminds you things that happened like a year ago?
No.
Well, it does that.
I deleted Snapchat as soon as I graduated college. I said, and that is the end of that.
Yeah, I don't use Snapchat either. I used it for like a year in 8th grade, but it's really annoying, okay? One, streaks, bro. I am like, I don't have a unique photo to send. What I used to do is I just used to take one photo, right? And I set up a shortcut and I would send it to everyone. Everyone would get the same photo of like me doing a thumbs up or whatever, right? It was crazy, right? But then I gave up on Snapchat, because I lost all my streaks.
If you don't enjoy doing it,
yeah, why would
continue?
I do it? You know,
Yeah,
it's not really that fun. You give up. So I'm just gonna use text to speech now. It's not really that fun. Like I still respond to messages, but like I have no friends, so it's no. But I just like Instagram better because one, you don't gotta send people snaps. Two, I like the messaging system better because it doesn't delete your messages, and also people don't act weird about messages.
Do you use like your stories on?
Yeah, I use my stories on Instagram.
Yeah, I like haven't posted an actual photo on Instagram in probably 2 years, but my stories, a whole other thing.
I use stories like every day, but I don't post because there's nothing interesting going on in my life, you know.
Also, they just like destroyed the algorithm. So it used to be really efficient and really useful. And then the algorithm got destroyed and there was just no point in posting anymore.
Yeah.
So
what I don't understand is, oh my gosh, Instagram reel comment sections. They are wild.
No, they're downright nefarious.
So these guys need to be locked up somewhere. These guys are super villains. The Avengers cannot stop these guys, okay?
No.
The whatever you call the people from DC, the Justice League has nothing on them, okay? You go up to someone who talks in Instagram Reels comment sections, man, it is over. These guys need to be locked up. These guys need to be chained. These guys' prisons need to be thrown under the ocean, and that won't even stop them. These guys are evil.
I know. Crazy. There's always lots of discourse about like the dangers of TikTok and even Twitter. But Instagram Reels is the really like when you pick up a rock and it's just like dank and wormy and bugs. That's essentially what you do.
I'm gonna okay, look, I'm not gonna read out comments, right? I'm just gonna scroll, right? And I'm gonna
ruthless.
Yeah, hold up.
Which is really interesting to me because Instagram is owned.
I just saw the N-word.
Instagram is owned by Meta, who owns Facebook, and they're really stringent about their community guidelines and like what words you can and can't say. So it's really interesting to me that somehow the comment section on Instagram Reels always just skirts around that.
They're always wild, man. You cannot, if you are the faint of heart, you cannot look through an Instagram Reels comment section. Don't even post an Instagram Reel if you're not ready to get cooked into oblivion.
It's very, it's a scary place. I actually want to listen. The unpopular opinion, but I do recommend that if you are in school, that you just stay away from as much social media as possible, especially when you're an adolescent and your brain is still developing, because ingesting so much of some of that really harmful content just does such a number on your psyche. And it's not, y'all have enough stress and enough that you're dealing with without dealing with those kinds of
You're right.
horrible content and being exposed to it so often.
Exactly. It's like trying to think of something where people use it a lot and it harms them, but like people still got
like an addiction.
No, not that.
Honestly.
It's like I don't know. It's like the sun, you know. Like
it's
too much of it gives you skin cancer.
Sure. Okay. All right. Understandable. I have beef with the sun, so.
Oh, I love the sun. I'm the biggest sun fan ever, man. Okay, right. I did this whole winter rant, but winter, worst season. Okay, think about it. You want to go anywhere, right? First off, you gotta get the snow off your car. And then you gotta start your car, and then you gotta go back inside for like 15 minutes, and you gotta waste all that gas so that you heat up, and then you don't immediately freeze to death. You know, it's like every day Frozone has beef with you. It's like every day you're fighting Elsa. It's crazy.
I love the winter because all the bugs die.
Oh yeah, did you see? Okay, last summer I did not see any mosquitoes. They were. At least I did. I don't know about you guys, but
I did. I go kayaking a lot in the summertime. So
I didn't go anywhere. I was just in Goshen. But in Goshen, I did not see any mosquitoes, man. I think they left. I think they dipped.
Interesting.
I think.
I mean, it's supposed to reach 70 degrees today, so I am loath to see what weather we get this summer. If in March we're getting 70-degree days. We're going to hit like 130 in June.
Yeah, those burning, scorching temperatures, right?
Mm-hmm. Sometime too hot, the eye of heaven shines.
Let's see, what time is it? Okay.
About that
We
time.
got like 2 minutes. Okay, we can squeeze in some 2 minutes. Let's see. I have to leave all this awkward silence in. It's crazy.
You have to leave it in?
Well, I just like whenever I edit these, I just like I don't really bother cutting things out because then it sounds awkward to people who don't have like the video on.
Understandable.
So it's like I'm talking about something and then it cuts and it sounds like something weird happened, you know? So
Or you could just cut where the silence is.
I can cut where the silence is, but then the people watching the video see us like physically move, you know? I don't really know. Like in
What if
normal,
I just hold really still?
yeah, we can do that. In normal videos, I cut a lot, but here I just kind of cut at the beginning, cut at the end, make sure nothing crazy happens in the middle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure there's no like secret person hijacking the cameras or being like, we have your family hostage, Zachy. You know, I gotta make sure that doesn't happen because that's not allowed.
Kind of the plot of The Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
People, speaking of 2, people hate on Cars 2 way too much.
I don't know if I've ever watched Cars 2.
Okay, you want me to like kind of spoil it for you?
Sure.
Okay, right. So you know Tow Mater.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. He becomes an international spy.
Oh.
And he saves the queen.
Yes.
And
what a choice.
It's an amazing choice. He also saves the queen from a bomb. It was crazy. It was amazing, man.
Huge detour from the plot of the first movie.
Yeah, it is a huge detour. But they do it like well. Like if we saw a second movie where McQueen just did another race, like that'd be super boring. Because the first movie he did a race and then he morally won. But you know who cares? You know he won. He everyone thought he won, you know. Everyone respected him, you know. Woohoo, he won.
Sequels, I think, that live up to the hype of the first one, definitely Shrek.
Shrek, man.
Shrek 2 is
amazing.
really wonderful. Shrek 3 is okay. And then they just keep going.
I had it on DVD, and I would watch it every day after school. It was so amazing. The fairy godmother is my favorite part when she starts singing.
No, they were really in there cooking.
Yeah, right.
when they came up with the
Shrek
second one.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Shrek 2, they cooked, man. I saw them. I physically saw them in the kitchen cooking up Shrek 2. It was amazing, man. It was beautiful.
Supremely underrated animated movie, Meet the Robinsons and Robots.
I've seen Meet the Robinsons.
It's so good. It's so good. I used to I had an activity that my students would do in my creative writing class that incorporated Meet the Robinsons into it.
Is he Goob? Is Goob the protagonist? I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is next level beef. Imagine your homie, he gets adopted from the orphanage, all is great, and then he comes back later, and then he starts, and then you come back later and you start beefing with him. You know what type of?
Because you're sleepy.
Well, yeah, because you're sleepy,
And you're obsessed with baseball.
Yeah, man.
He blocked his own blessings by not getting adopted, and then he took it out on the wrong person.
Exactly, but low key. What's he called? What's the main character called? Like Dave or something? No, I don't know what he's called. I forgot his name.
The blonde one?
Yeah, the blonde one. Anyone?
No.
I know his last name's Robinson. No, but let's call him Dave, right? So like Dave is kind of an L friend for Goob coming like later, and then he just kind of brushes on him. He's like, "Oh, you're such a dirty homeless man, you know." I mean, I've kind of beefed too, but I wouldn't beef that hard. You know, I'd be like, man, this guy.
Lewis,
right?
Yes.
Lewis, he just kind of brushes off Goob when they become adults, which is kind of an L-friend move. Because Goob was the only one in there in the orphanage, man. He was in there in the trenches, right?
Yeah.
But then Lewis, right, he becomes rich. He's in his house. He has this kid. Does he have kids? He might have kids. Oh, yeah, he does have a kid. He has a son, which is he's the main character in the movie. Wilbur, yeah, that guy. What do you call it? Yeah, he has a son. He wins, and then as soon as and he switches up on Goob, you know, like come on. I mean, I'd beef, but I wouldn't beef that hard. You know, I wouldn't go back in time and start beefing with him.
Well, you got to step your game up then.
Yeah, you know, this is
get it together. You gotta turn up the hater mode.
Exactly. Next level of hating, man. Going back in time and trolling the younger self of that guy, man. That's crazy. Okay.
All right.
This is where we are. Okay,
Yes.
Someone's broken in this time. Okay, that's great.
Oh,
Okay, guys. We're here. Every week as per usual. You know, this is gonna go on for a while till the end of the school year. We're not gonna do this forever. One day we're gonna grow up, and one day we're gonna pass away, and that's gonna be really sad. But you
Part of
know,
life.
it's part of life. You know, that's the only thing that's guaranteed besides taxes. I hate taxes, but we'll go about that another day. So, yeah, we're gonna be here next week. We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube Music. We're on not Google Podcasts anymore because they're getting rid of that.
Mhm.
We're on Spotify. Okay, if you guys are still paying for that subscription, because that's kind of wild, man, and it's getting way too expensive. Sorry, Spotify. And we aren't on Apple Podcasts because I don't know. We've just been waiting on that. Apple sucks as per usual. Buy a Samsung. Join the dark side. And yeah, guys, we'll see you in the next episode. The 11th episode, because we didn't do anything special for the 10th episode. So we'll see you in the next episode on the other side of reality. Bye bye. Woohoo. Yeah. Sorry
Thank
for all the voice
you.
cracks. Woo.
I'm Hope, and welcome to sports. There's not much going on right now, but we have unified track starting up here on March 11th. If you're interested, contact Miss Pickard or Miss Smoker for more information.
Hi, I'm Raymond, and I'm your announcer for this week's GTV announcements. Starting off on March 12th, there will be a prep rally at 2:30 through 3:05. The format will be the same as last time. We will have lots of fun, activities planned. Having a prep rally is a great way to build our school spirit. Want to help out the Goshen Band on Wednesday, March 6th? The following businesses downtown between 4 p.m. through 7 p.m. will be giving 20% of their profits made on that day to the Goshen Band. The stores that will be doing this are Fable Books, Maple India, The Nut Shop, and Soupy Gnome. The table at 108 in Universal Tamales. There will be a showing of the Goshen High School Christmas Band 2023 State Finals performance at 7 p.m. at the Goshen Theaters, so don't miss it out. If you are a senior and you are 18 years old, you are able to vote now. The nearest place you can go vote is downtown Goshen. A reminder, the Red Cross will be having another blood drive on Tuesday, March 12th, at the high school from 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. Students must be at least 16 years old to donate and will be needing a parent permission form signed. If you're 17 or older, you don't need a parent's permission. Next, we have an interview between Brandon and Coach Hill talking about the classes next year.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am Brandon, and we're here with
Coach Hill.
And we heard something about an officiating class next year?
Yes, the officiating class is coming. Right now, the goal is to set that class up that students will learn gameplay guidelines and rules in a variety of games. We're going to start small, probably with volleyball, some basketball, and then softball, baseball. Probably be the start and then grow up from there.
All right.
Ending off for our announcements, the Goshen High School will be having their last parent-teacher conference Thursday, March 14 from 4 p.m. through 8 p.m. That will be it for announcements. See you guys next week.